So today I'm going to show you 5 interesting chess traps in the Queen's Gambit for white that you can use to defeat your opponents in just a few moves. So let's move on to the first trap. So after d4 d5, you go c4 and here you go for knight f6. This move is played quite a lot. Then you just play c takes d5 and after he takes, now you go for e4 grabbing the center. So he goes knight f6. Then you play knight to c3 defending this pawn. He goes e6 opening up the bishop. Then you go for knight f3. He goes bishop b4 and you just develop the bishop defending this pawn. So he castle here. You also go e5 and after knight to d5. Here you play bishop takes h7 check. King takes then knight g5 check. And after he goes king g8 you just play queen h5 and it's an unstoppable checkmate because after f6 you can play queen h7 checkmate. Let's move on to the next trap. So after d4, d5, c4, he goes e6, then you play knight c3, and after knight f6, you play bishop g5, bishop e7, normal moves, then you just take and after he takes, e3, he goes c6, then you play queen to c2, and after he goes knight e4, offering a trade of bishops and centralizing his knight, you just play bishop takes e7, he takes, then you play knight takes d5, sacrificing the knight. Now if he captures this knight, then you will take his bishop and after he blocks, you're going to take this pawn and you're also going to bring this bishop in and it's quite bad for black here. And if he tries to play something like queen to e6, then you have knight to c7 check and you win the queen. And this is an easy win for white here. Let's move on to the next trap. So after d4, d5, c4, he goes e6, then you play knight c3 and after knight f6, you play knight f3, bishop e7, then bishop g5 and after he castle, you play queen to c2. h6 hits the bishop, but then you play h5. And here it seems like he can take the bishop because after you take, you have knight to e4, blocking this diagonal. Then you just play knight takes e4, and after he takes, you recapture. He goes g6, blocking again. Then you have queen h4. And no matter what he plays, you play queen h7 checkmate. Let's move on to the next trap. So after d4, d5, c4, c6, you go knight c3, bishop f5, then you play c takes d5, and after he takes, you play queen b3, attacking this and this pawn. He goes queen b6, then you just take this pawn, hitting this queen. So he catches here, and then you recapture. And you're threatening a fork on c7. So he plays knight a6, but then you play this amazing rook takes knight, and after he takes, you have knight to c7 check, forking the king and the rook. And then you will just grab the rook, you have doubled this pawn. Here we're also going to push this pawn and win all these pawns. And this is again winning for white here. Let's move on to the next trap. After d4, d5, c4, he takes, then you play e3, knight f6, then you just take, and after g6, trying to finish it to the bishop, you play knight f3, bishop g7, then you play queen a4 check. Here, if he blocks with the bishop, then you just slide the queen back, and it's a double attack, and bad for black. And if knight c6, you can just play knight to e5, putting pressure on this knight. So he castle here, but then you can take, and after he takes, you're going to take, and you're up a pawn. Therefore, he will play knight with e7. All the moves seems natural, right? But you have bishop takes f7 check. This move wins the game. So after he takes with the king, you have knight to g5 check. If king e8, then knight e6 wins the queen. So he might try king f8, but then again, knight e6 check wins the queen. And if king g8, then you just bring your queen, queen to c4 check, and it's a checkmate. So if this video was helpful, then don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos.